Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Arcaea reaction. Today we have ANDORXOR as requested by Convolta and my executive producers. They did give me all of the context about what this song is, when it plays, why it plays, all of that I am now aware of, the characters involved, everything. Also that there are some leitmotifs in here, but I'm not going to recognize any of them since I haven't heard those. So he did tell me where they are. I doubt I'm going to remember by the end of the song. So I'm just going to listen to this and take it as its own piece without any of the referential stuff and see how it sounds without any of that. So without further ado, let's go! Okay, that's not where I thought we were gonna start. That's different. Ah, there we are. Okay, this is more what I have come to expect. You know, in the context, actually, all this tension. Yeah, this could be the theme of a stalker, or the situation of being trapped by one. It's definitely lining up. The violin playing the role of the loneliness in it. Obviously, the chaos involved. Ooh! Ooh! Oh! Oh! Ooh! What the hell was that? Oh man! Jesus Christ! The amount of grit they're adding to this. Again, this fits with the context. I usually don't have much context for these. But since I do for this one, yeah! Jesus Christ, those groupings. Whew. God, all those textures. It's like shit getting thrown around a room. And the pitch bend at the end. Yeah, that straight up felt like a mental breakdown. To echo what Convolta said in their explainer paragraph they sent, such a lovely girly pop adventure. No problems, no issues at all. What an amazing track. Like, I'm used to the craziness out of Arcaea. I'm used to that, like, complete tensive tear down. Everything is nuts. There's chaos everywhere. But knowing the context for this one definitely was able to help me place it into context a little bit. I know it's kind of redundant, but that's exactly what it does. You're able to take the song and go, oh, here's why all of this craziness is happening. Here's why the song sounds like it's falling apart and always seems to lose focus. Because there's a lot going on. And if my lesbian stalker stole me, I would also be very confused and scared and pissed and you name it. This song had everything as far as those emotions go. It started in such an interesting way, like that, like kind of lo-fi filtered sort of effect, and it's like, okay, why that? Maybe that was supposed to be the calm before the storm, and then things got crazy, like she was walking down the street and that's the theme there, and all of a sudden, bag over the head, you're mine! Like, what? I don't know if that is the case, but it definitely would feel accurate. Same thing with it ending kind of where it did. It doesn't end on as bright of a sound as it started with, but it is in a similar field, and since I know that this song has the story it does and where that storyline ends, I am trying to generally avoid spoilers, even though I'm sure I've said a few things like the stalker mention that is going to be a spoiler for some. I probably already said something that could be constituted as a spoiler, so I'll probably add a spoiler warning or something earlier in. But the point is, I know that this story ends with basically basically kind of like a bittersweet sort of solution to this event going on. And it's like, okay, well, it worked, but like at what cost? And I don't know exactly what happens. I was given an overview, so there might be details I'm missing as far as that goes. It's definitely not the darkest note, obviously. It could be way worse, but at the same time, it definitely has this like lull that just kind of fades off, and it doesn't really like resolve anywhere or anything. The song just kind of ends, and it's almost like with a question mark too. It's like the end question mark. It's, you don't really know what's happening, even though I know what's happening. And that's one of those things with music that always gets me, because when you're making a song that's supposed to reflect these sorts of stories, you have to keep in mind where all of the twists and turns are and how to personify that in the sound. So starting the way it did, a little bit more happier, a little bit more carefree, and then basically falling apart immediately into the chaos and like rhythmic hell that was going on in the middle, because that's where all the tension exists. That's where all of the craziness was going on. Things are going wrong. Things that shouldn't be happening are happening. I don't know how to fix any of this. There's just madness all over the place. There's, you know, like percussion, obviously a lot of percussive stuff in here. Like I mentioned, it sounded like there was things being thrown around the room. Like that could be literal. I'm not entirely sure what this character was going through in these moments. I just know the overall story beats. But again, I'm still able to piece together the story through the song, even without any of that context. I mean, the context is very helpful here, and it does give me a lot to work with. But as I say basically every single time, the context is good to have, but at the same time, when you make a good enough song, you don't need that to understand the complexities of the emotional turns in a song. When a song is written well enough, you don't need any of that, and you can understand that the start is very bright and a little bit more positive. It went to hell somewhere in the middle, and it just never got better. And then at the end, it's almost like kind of a participation award compared to the intro that felt a little bit more bright and a little bit more inviting. So that brings you through enough of the story that you're able to figure out what's going on. If I were to have heard this without context, I would have assumed that it was a just straight up mental breakdown. Something that started bright, ended confused, but in the middle, there was nothing but chaos, fear, pain, anger, you name it, it's in there. And obviously that's not entirely wrong. Like, I'm still within the ballpark, but I'm missing a lot of core factors of the why that I do have this time around. So I'm able to glue together the pieces I've got and make more sense of it. But again, if the song is good enough, just like this, you don't need it to get the general vibe off it. And this song definitely has plenty of general vibes. And also, like I said in the intro, I know that there are leitmotifs in this song, but I don't know what those are because I don't know exactly what I'm looking for as far as the sound goes and what they come from. So even though I know where the timestamps are because Convolta gave me those, so it's like, okay, cool, that it's nice that they're throwing those in there. But again, I would need to know like about the characters and their themes and understand why all of that matters. And that would require me to play the game, not even just getting like a lore dump from somebody. That would require a lot more for me to feel that in the song and be able to pick it out of a crowd, because there is a lot of crowding in this song. That's why the chaos exists. But I'll digress on that because, like I said, for me, it doesn't really matter as much as it would be for you guys, the players of the games, the people who have experienced all of this and are hearing these themes in here like, oh, like that's what it is. It's like an, oh, it's there sort of moment. And I don't have that because I don't have that connection with these characters and this game. So it's cool that it's there. I just don't have a reason to really pick it out and be like, man, this is why this is cool. But I think I've done yapping here, so thank you all so very much for watching. And if you want me to get to something else from Arcaea, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to guarantee something, much like Convolta did for this one, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships, where there is a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you want. Doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!